But shifting gears now, we saw Republican wins in New Jersey and Virginia. The president's approval rating when he was first elected up in the 80s, now down in the low 40s. But Republicans still, by and large, have low approval ratings, unless they're like yourself, who's actually a constitutionalist. We know that in 2010, there's going to be a huge backlash. Republicans will take back a lot of seats, but if they don't deliver on smaller government and fiscal sound constitutional policies, then we're going to have a real crisis on our hands. And if we wait to get politically active until 2011 into 2012, so much of this globalization would have already been expanded and cemented. Yeah. I know that this is still off in the future, but LA Times, New York Times, everybody's talking. I get calls every day saying, when is Ron Paul going to announce for 2012? Because if you announce early, you can build the coalition. You can get an even more elevated position in the media. You can speak for the people that don't want war, that don't want big government, that don't want banker bailouts. If you wait to announce until 2011, after your congressional win coming up, but I guess I'm being presumptive. I mean, you're not even saying you're going to announce in 2011.
No, I'm still thinking a lot about that right now. It just doesn't seem like the best thing to do, even long term or even on a short term basis. So I'm just undecided about the whole thing, you know. So I'm not about to say that I'm planning to do one thing or another.
Congressman,
I think you make some good points, but I think time is still a little bit early to start talking about it.
But so much is happening, and if you step up even further, and no one's saying that you haven't done more than anybody else, and start building the coalition now, I really, unless there's massive election fraud, I see no way that you could lose the Republican primary. I mean, how can we allow a rhino, someone who's not really a constitutionalist, like another McCain, another Mitt Romney, to lead conservatives and libertarians down another rat hole? I mean, you are the man for the job, and I don't pretend to understand your political strategy. I know you're much more intelligent and wise than I am and have more experience. It just makes perfect sense for at least sometime in the next 6 to 8 months to announce, but you're saying you're not even sure at this time. I mean, even if you didn't win, you would have huge fundraising. You'd be able to buy ads. You'd be all over the media. You'll be the only candidate that will inject real issues. I mean, you're the only man for the job. I mean, fate and responsibility and destiny says that you are the man for the job.
Well, you have to realize you're not the average Republican primary voter. You're a little bit more optimistic about what we might be able to do. We still have a lot to contend with when you get involved in partisan politics. You followed that stuff that was going on over in Nevada, how they really handle us. I think we'll do better if we ever did it again, but they just close down shop if they think you're going to win. So you have a lot of obstacles to overcome. But the most important thing, and this is what you've emphasized as well, politics are very important, but also is getting these issues out and talking about the philosophy and why we need it and get the people energized. And that should be ongoing. Of course, that's why we keep Campaign for Liberty moving in that direction, because people have to understand things like the Federal Reserve. Just think, a couple of years ago, not too many people even talked about the Federal Reserve, and now they can do national polling on the Federal Reserve to get opinion. So in that sense, I think we're making progress.
Exactly. We've gone from almost no one knowing it's a private cartel to over 75% wanting an audit or for it to be abolished. It's only a win-win for you to run because it will elevate you. It will have you in the debates. And I don't see any way you won't run unless you've got medical problems, and you're in great shape. You look like you're 60, Congressman, and I'm just begging you for millions of other people to kick off the campaign sooner rather than later. I want to commend you for helping to get your son to run for the Senate. People need to get behind him right now. And as you said, the biggest movement now on the universities isn't the burnout fake left or the burnout fake right. It is the libertarian, free market, non-collectivist movement that you have helped to grow and energize, and you are the omnibudsman of liberty, the leading light for freedom worldwide. as even the Czech president has said. And I just want to salute you and thank you. In closing, we got 30 seconds. Are they going to be able to ram through the government takeover of health care?
Oh, they're going to get it through the House, but whether the whole thing gets through, I think they'll get part of it, but not the whole thing. So we'll wait and see. And we've adapted in this country to incrementalism. We never socialize all at once. We just take it by pieces and think that we've really resisted something. So unfortunately, it's going to get worse rather than better.
Thank you so much, Congressman. God bless you.